Lil Yachty officially sells 37,000 units first week for his new album, Let's Start Here, and there is a lot to talk about. First, I want to say congratulations to Lil Yachty on the new album. I personally think it will be an essential piece in his discography. Let's Start Here is a major jump for him after his last release, the 2021 mixtape, Michigan Boat Boy, which sold 17,000 first week. This is also an increase from his last studio album, Lil Boat 3, released in 2020, which sold 30,000 first week. So while 37,000 may seem low, this is rising for Lil Yachty, which is a great sign. Let's Start Here is not the typical Lil Yachty rap album, as he completely branches off into a new genre for him of psychedelic rock. Since this is a new genre for him, that is not everyone's cup of tea. If it was a rap album, then it probably would have sold more since he built his core fan base in that genre. It is extremely hard for an artist to go in and out of different genres because of it affecting sales. You build a fan base that strictly listens for the raps, so they are disappointed, or now the reverse of that, possibly building a fan base that is strictly looking for psychedelic rock. Of course, Lil Yachty has Lil Yachty supporters that will mess with anything he releases, which is extremely important, but that will not be the majority, and that is reflected in first week sales. Artists have different fan base segments, so certain sounds and albums please different segments. For some, my guess is Let's Start Here is the first time they listen to a psychedelic rock album. One thing that is very interesting about these first week sales is that the initial predictions of sales were between 19,000 and 24,000, which is less than the official, meaning more people were listening to this album over time. I think that will be the case for a few weeks as more people tune into this new direction. The word is out, and even if you aren't a fan of Lil Yachty's raps, this is piquing outside interest. For that reason, I believe that the longevity of Let's Start Here sales will be more important than first week sales. When entering a new genre like this, it takes more time for fans and outside listeners to give it a listen. So in this case, I don't think first week sales are reflective of where he stands in the industry. How much this album will sell in a few weeks from now will be more important. Now, when talking about the album, Lil Yachty had some things to say that I want to talk about. He made it clear that one of the reasons he ended up releasing this album is because he wanted to be taken seriously as a real artist. First, rappers are real artists, don't get it twisted. Second, it is not uncommon for artists to release albums in different genres. This happens with a lot of major artists and is part of being an artist. You make what inspires you. Third, I do think this was more of an album to prove to himself that he is a real artist than proving to others, and he should be proud of the release. Going back to first week sales, like I mentioned, we will need to look at this album in longevity. It is a newer genre for Lil Yachty that not everyone is going to be interested in. Some of his core fans may not like it, some of his core fans may love it. This album will also attract new listeners who maybe never listened to a Yachty album or was not interested in his raps. Being completely honest, I fall into that segment. I am not the biggest fan of Lil Yachty as a rapper. That is not my style, which is okay. I still have major respect for everything he has released, but this new album sheds a different light and has me interested in that style. I know I'm not the only one, and that's why we are seeing sales increase over time, like the higher official sold than what was predicted. More people are giving it a chance, and for that reason, Let's Start Here can be a success in first week sales. I've said this before that yes, first week sales are important, but they are not everything. In the case of Let's Start Here, that is prevalent, and I look forward to seeing how this album sells over time. Lil Yachty officially sells 37,000 copies first week for his 5th studio album, Let's Start Here. This is an increase in sales for him after his past 2 releases, while this album is in a whole different genre. Respect to Lil Yachty for getting out of his comfort zone, breaking down barriers for himself, and having a great album. Go check it out if you haven't yet. It's truly something different. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.